ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Terminator figure review. Yes, the Terminator hype lives on. I've added yet another T-800 to my collection, this one being the battle damage version from T1. Now, for those of you who don't know, T1 is my all-time favorite Terminator movie, and my buddy Daniel actually had this figure. I managed to work out a trade, and now here it is. Now, if you are looking to pick up your very own T-800, either the normal Tech Noir version or the battle damage version, you can hit up Philip Liu from toyswonderland.com. The link is down in the description below. And in fact, if you're looking for any older collectibles, send him a message and see what he can do for you, because in Hong Kong, stuff that is sold out is actually more readily available on the secondary market. So definitely send him a message if you're looking for older collectibles. And if you do like seeing retro reviews like this, or even brand new release Hot Toys reviews, why not subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification icon, because you'll be notified as soon as a brand new video goes live on the channel. Either way, what we're going to do now is get all the T-800's accessories out here and take a look at everything he comes with. And here we have all of the battle damage T-800's accessories. Now, as you can see, he comes with a fair amount of stuff. Now, this is surprising considering this guy was only an MMS release. He wasn't a DX release, which is interesting because he comes with a DX style display base, secondary head sculpt, and a bunch of weapons. That's definitely saying something for back in the day. I believe it was 2013 when this was released, because nowadays, some of the MMS figures don't come with anywhere near as much stuff. Either way, enough about that. Let's take a look at the display base. Now, this was the original use for this display base before it was then later reused with the diecast Mark 7. Check out that review if you haven't, just to see the differences between the two. But namely, there is a pipe bomb on here with an actual fabric wick. I love the detail on that. He does have some blood splatter everywhere, a lot more oil stains and oil work, and the bullet casings are a lot more dirty. And then, of course, the Terminator T-800. It does light up, but the batteries have long since died on this, unfortunately. It looks really awesome, and I think it does work for the T-800 just a little bit more than it did for the Mark 7. Let's take a look at the weapons first. So this is his shotgun. I really like the level of dry brushing all over the entire thing. They don't really do this so often anymore. It's more of a sort of black plastic with a very subtle dry brushing around the edges, but this guy looks absolutely stunning, and it does have a working little cocking mechanism, and then of course a little strap on the back there. Now, he does come with an assault rifle of sorts. Pretty straightforward. Again, a really nice level of paintwork. It looks metallic, which is of course the main thing. He does come with two magazines which have been sort of stuck together with some straps, and then it does plug in there quite nicely. He does have a working sort of mechanism on the top there as well, and the strap is on the front on this one. It's interesting to note that it doesn't have a stock. It looks like it's been broken off, but no, that is how it's supposed to be, and that's how it was in the movie as I go dropping it. Let's take a look at his revolver. This is a pretty straightforward looking piece, painted pretty nicely in a nice sort of silver, no sort of weathering or sort of oil stains or anything like that, but it definitely does the job, and it has a working mechanism as well. The hammer also does move, which is quite nice. Now, this piece we did see recently with the Tech Noir figure. It's pretty much the exact same thing. I did compare them both off screen, and they are identical. It looks just as good as it did with that one. Now, the interesting thing is this guy, of course, being the battle damage version, does come with some battle damage sort of zombie clawing hands. I love the way these look. They're nasty, they're gnarly, they're painted really nicely, they're very gory as well, and they are two unique sculpts between the two. They just haven't sort of reversed it in their whichever program they used to 3D sculpt these and then printed them out and gone from there. These are definitely different sculpts, which I really do appreciate. Now, let's take a look at the secondary head sculpt. This looks absolutely fantastic. You see the sort of wear and tear and battle damage and blood and gore looks really awesome and really mean. There is something that I'm not sure why they did though. As you can see, this side of the head sort of bulges out a lot more than this one right here. It sort of goes over the ear rather than tucking behind. I don't know if that's 100% accurate to the movie or not, but it looks pretty darn interesting nonetheless. Just to see one side of the head where it's sort of all sort of blown up and sort of gory, it looks like it's bruised and sort of swelling there, which I guess works for the overall look. Now, the back is detachable. It does have a light up effect. You see there are batteries in there, but unfortunately the batteries have long since died again on this piece. It is an older release, so you do have to cut it some slack. I really love how glistening that blood, how it glistens there and catches the light. It looks really nasty. Now, he also does come with his iconic sunglasses. These are more of a sort of bigger sunglasses compared to what we saw in T2, but you definitely can install them on the regular head sculpt. Not really meant for that one right there, but you can install them on the regular one, which you'll see in just a second. Either way, that's pretty much it for his accessories. It ended up being a bit of a mess of stuff going everywhere, but as you can see, he comes with a whole bunch of stuff. What we're going to do now is get the T-800 himself out here and take a closer look. And here we have the battle damage T-800 himself, and he looks absolutely fantastic. Everything about this figure is singing the right songs. He looks glorious. Now, all the way down to the battle damage and the fact that if you look through the bullet holes, especially on the shirt at the front, there is battle damage on the body itself. There's a blood effect, so it looks like the bullets have punctured through. And don't worry, I'll tell you a much closer look at the head sculpt in just a second, and I also do want to compare him to the Tech Noir version because there have been a couple of notable improvements, mainly some color differences and a little bit of sculpt work as well. And as I said, we'll do that when we do a quick side-by-side comparison, but as an overall package, just standing there, this guy looks like a total badass. Plunging in to take a closer look at the details on the T-800, he looks absolutely fantastic. That likeness, there's no two ways about it, that is a younger Arnold Schwarzenegger. It looks amazing. All that detail and blood and guts and gore on the inside of that eye there, where the flesh has been ripped away. He's also missing his eyebrows, his hair is a little bit more singed because obviously at this point in the film, he'd walked through the fire and then he's had that sort of singed look where his hair got all spiky, just like it was sort of recreated in T2 when they sort of went with that more spiky look for the hair, because I think this is definitely a more iconic badass look for the T-800. Either way, let's take a look at the shirt. You can see that there are bullet holes punched in, and then underneath on the body, there's actually blood, and as you can see, it looks like he's been shot there. It looks really, really good, just like you'd expect from Hot Toys at their best. This is really detailed, absolutely stunning piece. Now let's take a look at the leather jacket itself. It is a synthetic leather. It's not real leather, so you do have to be careful. Treat it every now and then, and it will be totally fine. I haven't had any issues on this one in the period that I've owned it. You can see that the back is all torn up where it looks like he's been shot, which looks really, really good. Overall, this piece, as simple as it is, as simple as an outfit as it is, I am very impressed with what Hot Toys have done here. This is getting closer to that iconic look of the T-800 when we're leading into T2 with the full leather outfit. Panning the camera down to take a closer look at the legs. As you can see, pretty straightforward. Just a pair of brown style cargo pants, bunch of pockets here and there, and then of course, his iconic boots. This one does have the sort of silver strap around the front, just like it did in the movie. Now, they have changed the coloration of the pants ever so slightly since we got the Tech Noir version. That one was a little bit more mustard colored, and you'll see that in just a second when we bring him out to do the side-by-side comparison. But overall, this definitely works for Arnie. The legs are really chunky. This figure is super heavy. You can definitely tell this guy is a tank, which is exactly how it's supposed to be based off the movie. Now, he is a little bit wobbly, unfortunately, just because of the age of the figure. You have to allow things like this to sort of age, and he does get a little bit wobbly, but you can definitely get him standing perfectly fine. So just be aware, if you are picking up this figure, just be aware that over time he may get a little bit looser. That's just because of the weight of the body on those little ball joints. It just loosens up a little bit, but it's definitely something that you can work with in terms of how you're going to pose him. Now, for a quick side-by-side comparison, here's the Tech Noir version compared to the Battle Damage edition. There are a couple of things that have been changed between the two, namely the coloration of the pants and the shape of the boots. They've been completely redone, or at least they were back in the day. They're a little bit more pointy, the soles are ever so slightly thinner, the overall size of the boot has been reduced, and the paintwork is a little bit more glossy as well to mimic that leather look. I really do appreciate how the new ones look. I'm actually considering going and finding some of these Battle Damage boots to put on my Tech Noir figure as a bit of an upgrade. Either way, that's a video for another day. There are a couple of differences in the body as well. As you can see, Battle Damage figure is a little bit taller, and I don't know if that's down to the spiky hair or the changes in the body, but even at the shoulders, he's a little bit taller as well. The actual proportions, the chest is a lot wider on the Tech Noir figure. It's a lot narrower on the Battle Damage version. That could be down to the thicker leather jacket. They wanted it to look right on the figure, so they slimmed him up a little bit. Either way, say what you will about each of these figures, they both look fantastic in their own right, especially displayed on the same shelf. Just wrapping up on the Battle Damage T-800 by Hot Toys. Now, if you couldn't already tell, I absolutely adore this figure. This very well may be my favorite Terminator figure in the entire line so far. I am still picking up a few more, and just to raise that DX13 hype just a little bit higher, I have recently purchased it, and yes, I will be doing a review. I've seen all the comments, the DX13 is on the way, and from everything that I've heard, he is going to blow me away in terms of how good the detail is. I've got the DX10, Tech Noir, Battle Damage T-800 from Terminator 1. Let's see if that DX13 can take the cake. Either way, in terms of this figure right here, the things that I really do love about it are the accessories. He comes with a bunch of stuff. The second Battle Damage head sculpt looks mean, looks nasty, looks gory, and I love it. Same thing with the zombie sort of style T-800 hands with all the flesh ripped away. It looks awesome. I love the base. It works so very well for the T-800 with one of Kyle Reese's pipe bombs on the ground. It looks amazing. I am in love with this piece. If you haven't already, if you're a Terminator fan and you can find this piece, reach out to Philip Liu from ToysWonderland.com and get him to hunt this down for you because it is just that darn good. If he has it in stock on the website, I will put the link down below so you can pick it up, make it as easy as possible because this piece is absolutely worth it. Either way, that's pretty much it for the video. Stay tuned for the DX13 video. It will be coming up very soon. As soon as that thing arrives, I'm going to bust it open and do the full review because I am super damn excited to get that piece here. While you're down in the description, check out the link to 6 Scale Network, the brand new awesome Facebook group. Come along, chat figures, share photos of your collection, and overall have a good time. Also participate in giveaways with one going on right now for the Diecast Mark 7. Also check out the link to Justin and Steph, our brand new second channel for behind the scenes videos, toy hunts, collection tours, videos on our travels and adventures, and a hell of a lot more good stuff. Link is down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.